Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. So, as you know, I like a bit of history, and I also like a bit of the disused railway history. And living in Greater Manchester, it's everywhere, you know what I mean? But it's not something that I concentrate on this channel because it seems like every other person on YouTube does disused railway history. So I don't really concentrate on it that much, but I do like it, and it's something I like to go looking for. So I'm always on the lookout for new places to explore. This is my thing. I love exploring places I've never been before, whether it's a foreign country, this, that and the other. But if it's on my doorstep, if it's an old railway viaduct or a tunnel or an old mill or something like that, I've been doing that since I was a kid, going in places I shouldn't be going in. So I'm always on the lookout. It excites me to no end. So there's a couple of places I've been to recently. Railway architecture, former railway architecture, which is semi-interesting, but individually they don't really make much of a video. So I've decided to smash them both together just for you. So the first one I'm going to show you is actually the best one. It's the better one of the two, purely because I know what people's attention spans are like on YouTube, mine included. I always watch videos in times 1.5 or times 2 because I'm so impatient. So I'm going to give you this one first to hook you in a little bit, and then you can hang around and see if the second one's worth your while. It's not as exciting. So it's February 2021 as I film this, and we are in lockdown. It's like the 10 millionth lockdown we've had since this whole coronavirus pandemic started, thanks to people like Boris Johnson. Anyway, in the spirit of just getting out the bloody house, I decided to go for a run the other day. And I ended up down by the banks of the River Mersey, which isn't very close to where I live, by the way. It's quite a distance away. I don't normally go down there, but when I have been down there, you can follow the path all the way from Stockport to Stretford, all along the riverbank. It's beautiful. But just outside Stockport, there's this old railway abutment of a bridge which used to cross the Mersey. And you can see it's very obvious. You don't have to look hard for it. It's just there facing you. But there's no path on that side of the river. There's only a path on one side of the river. So the south side of the river, you've got a sewage plant, a motorway. You've got a very boggy, marshy land, and yeah, it's not accessible. So I've always seen it. Whenever I've seen it, I've thought, oh, that's nice. It's a shame I can't get very close to it. And then the other day I went for a jog and thought I'd try and get close to it. So I hope you like this footage. It's not incredibly amazing. There's not much to see apart from this wonderful bit of railway architecture, which, by the way, I keep calling it a viaduct in the footage. You'll notice it's not a viaduct. It wasn't a viaduct. It was a bridge. It was a girder bridge. But it's pure habit of mine just to say viaduct. But it's such an interesting area, which I'll go into later on, where there used to be two viaducts, two bridges. I did it again. Two bridges that crossed each other at that exact same point. And this wonderful abutment is all that's left. Hi guys, just a quick video today. I'm in Stockport next to the River Mersey, just outside Stockport really, and I came for a jog, which is why I'm wearing silly clothes. When I come up here I always see this thing. This is an abandoned abutment, a derelict abutment of a viaduct which used to cross the Mersey right here. In fact, I don't know if you can see over there on the camera, that's the other side of it, and you can walk over there. It's part of a little parkway, a little country park. This bit is inaccessible, or so I thought, until today I found a way of accessing it. Anyway, look at this is amazing. So first and foremost, the sheer design of this thing is fantastic. You've got one arch here, then you've got a second arch and a third arch, and then a fourth arch, all staggered next to each other to give the angle across the river. I'll show you a map of the angle that this crosses the river. And they've done that, it's superb. But you've probably noticed this little void has been taken over, and I've just had a wander in there to make sure I'm not disturbing somebody. because possibly somebody could be living in there. Although I hope not, because it's effing freezing, and that would be really sad. I'm hoping this is just a kid's den or something, and if it is, that is the best kid's den in the world. Full stop. Right, so somebody's been putting serious effort into this thing. Look at this. It's a bunk bed, and that's solid as well. That is solid. It's not just a load of sticks cut and thrown on there. That is effort. Yes, it's impressive, man. Another solid seating area there. This tin shed. She's got nothing in it, but like, I wonder how long that's been there. I mean, has it kind of always been there, or did somebody put it there recently? Anyway, what a little find. What a strange little find. Right, so I've just come up top now. The live railway line is there, and it's on a kind of bend here. There's a sewage plant just over there, which I won't tell you about. No need, but you can imagine what it smells like around here. Anyway, on this bend, there was a line which went, that's Timperley in that direction, and it went across here and across the viaducts there towards Tiviotdale. But there was a mishmash of viaducts going on here. It's quite a complicated little railway area, and I'll try and show you on a map. It's not anymore. You've got the one line now. So yeah, let's go on top of the viaducts and have a look. So this is it, the top of the viaduct's abutment, and over there there's an information sign. Now, when I did a cycle down the River Mersey, one of the earliest videos I did, I actually stopped at that and pointed over here and said, oh, that's quite interesting. Well, it's funny, isn't it, how these things happen, because now I'm over on this side looking back that way. So yes, the River Mersey, and you can see that over there quite clearly, the other side of this viaduct, which you can access on foot properly. But yes, what an amazing angle this is at. Right, so I've just had a bit of a wander up the track bed where the line used to be, and I couldn't find anything. I'm really gutted, except I've just noticed this old rail down here. So it's better than nothing, but yeah, this is all nice and overgrown now, next to the line there and the sewage plant. So yeah, let's go back to the viaduct. So in the end, not very much to see on the railway front there, but it's one hell of a little explore around there. Nice little bit of architecture, and it's nice to come across this side of the River Mersey, to be honest. But if you're after a den, if you want to play out somewhere, this is the place for you. Right, so I'm back on the other side of the Mersey now, the north side of the Mersey, and this is the other abutment, the other side of the viaducts, but not the same viaduct. I was fooled. The viaducts I've just been on is there. The bridge is over there. It's on the other side of the Mersey. But actually, this one is the opposite one. Do you remember I told you it's quite complicated around here? Well, I got myself complicated. So this was another line that spurred off from East Didsbury that way, so not that way. So this is the other side of the other bridge. So the other side of that one doesn't exist anymore. The other side of this one doesn't exist anymore. But there you go. Yeah, nice day for a jog, even though I didn't really jog. So there you go. It is what it is. It's a railway abutment of a bridge that used to be there, and that's all it is. But for me, the interesting thing was getting over there and having a look around and going somewhere where people don't really get to. Obviously kids do. Kids go in there all the time apparently, but yeah, adults don't really go over there and have a proper mooch around. So yes, number 2 now. Let's move on to the second site. Now this was a place I visited probably a couple of years ago now, about 18 months ago, and I took my camera with me. Unfortunately I didn't have sound, so there's no footage of me speaking to the camera on this one. But anyway, this is a viaduct. It is a viaduct which carried a railway line from Newton Heath, as I'll explain all this in the next part, from Newton Heath down into a chemical works just off Bank Street in Clayton. So this is a viaduct, and it's located to the east of the city in Clayton, next door to Phillips Park and next door to the Velodrome and National Cycling Centre. The viaduct was part of a branch running off the Manchester to Ashton line, which is to the north, and it was a mineral line running coal into the new power station built in 1900 on Stuart Street in Clayton. Now the line necessitated the building this long bankment of earth at the western edge of Clayton Vale, and then a short viaduct to carry it across the nearby streets. Now these are some wonderful pictures here of the power station in its later days, after it being extended. And it closed in 1975 and was demolished in 1978, and the viaduct was knocked down too up until Fairclough Street. Right, so there you go guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Two random bits of footage I filmed smashed together there. And these places, they're all over the country, this type of thing, you know, railway architecture from an era long gone. So you just have to keep your eye out for them. There's loads around Greater Manchester, and as soon as this lockdown is over, I'm going to be getting out there, doing some proper videos again, and hopefully stepping it up a level. But for now, this is as good as it gets without breaking rules. So thanks very much. Take care of yourself. Bye.